Chelsea 1, Malmo 0 away in Sweden. Superb result for the Blues. Clean sheet, 3 points, everything we needed in this fixture, ladies and gentlemen, in the Champions League. A seriously rotated 11, still quality there from Thomas Tuchel's Blues. A goal from a combination of players that probably needed it in Calum, Hudson-Odoi and Hakim, Ziyech, and some moments of quality from the bottom to the top of the pitch. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Football Therapy, to your review of this Champions League game this Tuesday evening. We're going to talk about who played and player performances, which is, the most important thing, I guess you could say, the takeaways from this game. No further injuries. Of course, a massive notable thing to talk about also is Christian Pulisic returned and looked like, Captain America at times. We're going to talk about all of that. Get comfortable, settle in, consider subscribing if you're new. If you want to support the channel, you're welcome to do so by liking the video. And we're just going to talk today. I'm not going to look at the stats and lineup. I thought it'd be nice and a bit of a change if I just engage directly with you, the viewer, a little bit more. So that's what we're going to do for this video. I can pretty much remember my stuff about football anyway. In terms of football matches I watch, I always want to be meticulous, but hey, we want an instantaneous, raw, and authentic reaction from myself, so that's what I'm going to offer you guys today. So the lineup is as follows: Edouard Mendy in goal. Not quite the kind of match where Kepa comes in, even though it's against an easier opposition. The back three consisted of Andreas Christensen, who's of course been close to immaculate this season for club or country. Thiago Silva, 37-year-old Thiago Silva, who looks 27. If he was 27, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. Absolutely incredible. And of course, Antonio Rudiger playing in the left centre-back role. Wingbacks fully rotated. It looks like the young Bucks is our first choice now, in Ben Chilwell and Reece James. So this rotated B team, if you will, was Cesar Azpilicueta playing as right wing back, a more defensive right wing back, you'd say, and of course Marcos Alonso. A midfield two consisted of Jorginho and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Remontada Ruben, who's having an excellent season out of nowhere, a season where we thought he wouldn't even get a squad number because he'd be on loan elsewhere. Very, very interesting indeed. Kai Havertz maintains Chelsea's only striker option up top, plays down the middle, certainly while Romelu Lukaku and Timo Werner are both injured. He was flanked by Hakim Ziyech and Calum Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi played on the left wing, Ziyech played on the right, and then in the second half, they swapped. We're going to talk about how the goal came about, player performances, and notable stuff as well. Of course, we had substitute appearances from both those wingers / inside forwards / number 10s coming off for Ross Barkley and Christian Pulisic, like I said, the aforementioned return of Captain America. Malmo, now, when they came to Stamford Bridge, they got slapped up. 4-0, it was a bad look, and they clearly didn't want that to happen again, and they were very, very careful and sensible in how they defended in this game for a long time. Certainly, while they had their concentration and their legs, they made it super difficult for Chelsea. They made a lot of changes. They did go for it. They really wanted that, even just a point at the end when they nearly had a chance. But ultimately, they weren't good enough. A shout out to the Malmo support, those Swedish fans. They were incredible. They super loud. Like I felt intimidated sitting on my sofa. Do you know what I mean? It was like a constant droning, almost like biblical cult level, like thumping sound that drilled into your brain. So fair play to the Malmo support, and fair play to the Chelsea players for, being professional. I know they're professional footballers and not letting that kind of stuff get to you. That was pretty darn impressive and, pretty great. So, fair play to them. If they had a goal, maybe they could have got something out of it. But it was difficult for Chelsea. The first half, we had some sort of good performances, kind of good moments. Ziyech had some pretty darn impressive moments. He keeps doing it out of late, reminding us that he is actually a really talented, good player that can do these moments, these audacious forward passes, these incredible shots. He nearly scored a goal where he jinked around the guy on the right side of the byline, juggled the ball, left foot, right foot, left foot, back on his right foot, and he volleyed it, and it was just saved. It was kind of a weak shot in the end. Had Ziyech scored that, it would have been an absolute belter. It would have been one of the most, satisfying goals you've ever seen. So Ziyech has these moments, He had these moments in the first half. Ruben had a couple of moments in the first half, but he also conceded possession in quite a high-profile moment. Hudson-Odoi was the same a few moments, but excuse me, nothing really happened. It was super frustrating. Quite a dull affair, but kind of understandable in terms of the rotation of the players, in terms of, like I said, the intimidating away atmosphere. But, you know, it's mandatory that Chelsea kept their heads and, you know, not knowing what's going to happen with Juve and stuff. And we want to top this group, man. So it's important that we get wins now, that we try and just win out. Do you know what I mean? If we can do that, we should absolutely do that. Second half comes around, no changes, except, like I said at the top of the video, Hudson-Odoi and Ziyech switched places, and I think that probably worked quite a lot. And you can see it for the goal, actually, because obviously they both combined for the goal, with Ziyech on the left-hand flank of the pitch, Hudson-Odoi on the right. And by the way, Hudson-Odoi, that goal was all about Calum Hudson-Odoi. Like, all about him. He did this amazing little flick before he combining with Havertz on the right channel, receiving the ball again, running down the touchline, and then played a beautiful pass to assist a relatively easy Hakim Ziyech goal. I mean, he's still got to be there. He's got to know it's coming, and he's got to keep his head to finish. So it does take, he does deserve praise as well. Of course, Hakim Ziyech for scoring that goal. But that pass, it's one of those. Such a perfect assist and perfect pass that when you see how he's hit it, you've got, well, he's hit there far too forwards. Oh no, he's hit it absolutely perfectly because he's a professional footballer and he knows more than me. Do you know what I mean? When that ball just goes forward and you go, oh, what's he done? Oh my God, it's amazing. Perfect. Hudson-Odoi, man, what a baller. You know, we're out here, us Chelsea fans, saying like, oh yeah, he's getting his time now. We just need to play him at left wing. We just need to play him. Mate, just let him play. Just let him cook. Maybe not wing back, because obviously that comes with defensive responsibilities and staying back and tracking back. But let him play in the front three, and, he can be incredible. Similarly in this game, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I tweeted out this man's in danger of catching fire in this game, because in moments, he did that signature thing that we're seeing in every single game when Ruben Loftus-Cheek plays, where an opposition player collides with them, and they taken out. He got fouled by an opposition player and they were just floored. It happens all the time. So that's really, really important, especially in English football. I know it's great to be technical, fast, and brilliant and talented, but you still need at times physicality, and absolutely Ruben Loftus-Cheek brings that. He had one moment where he was dribbling through midfield, showing you that technical skill that he's got. He did a wonderful little chips layoff that nearly resulted in a goal, and he was probably robbed an assist. He is superb. And Tuchel seeing this, of course he had that sort of whoopsie in the first half, and that's a sort of high-profile mistake. But he did himself no damage in this game. He demonstrated great ability, great strength, and he was kept on, of course. There was only the two players changed. And the two players that were changed and were brought on, of course, were Ross Barkley, who Tuchel is seemingly trusting more and more. Interestingly, now it's become apparent that he sort of sees him as a front three player, not as a sort of double six, which he did try him out as a double six early doors in pre-season. And I think at the beginning of this season as well, when he brought him on, he tried him in that position as well. So maybe that's a good news for Saul, because that means maybe Barkley isn't ahead of him. And of course, Christian Pulisic came on, who looked very sparky indeed. He was sprinting all over the gaff. He did look like he had the wrong studs in because he kept falling over. It was almost like he was skidding, like he had too much acceleration. Should have scored at the end when he was on a 1v1, went around the keeper and just shanked it. Doesn't matter though. The points were won. That was the last action of the game. And he looked good. He's just come back from injury, provided he's not feeling pain like he has been from his injury recently in training. Provided he comes away from that game feeling good, that's a hugely positive thing for me. I'm very pleased with seeing him again and seeing him look good, and he will be an important asset for us. Christian Pulisic. Kai Havertz playing as the 9. Fine, he kept asking for penalties. Maybe he had a case for one slightly. But he was good. He combined with Hudson-Odoi well for the pre-assist, for the goal, if you want to call it that. And I'm genuinely quite pleased with him. As I am the defence, you can't really have any, qualms with the defence. Immaculate. We just kept him away. Even though Rudiger probably didn't have his best game, absolutely didn't need to. Same with Mendy, same with everyone. Alonso, again, not too bright. Not his best. His form's clearly dipped. From the beginning of the season, hence why Reece James, Ben Chilwell is the first choice. Azpilicueta had a dodgy first couple of minutes, but he looked rusty. But I think it's just because he hasn't played. grew into it a little bit, but again, he's not first choice right wing back anymore, but certainly a very important and useful player as a centre back, and indeed in this instance wing back. Guys, let me know what you think. Massive 3 points, massive win. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below, so please do offer me up your comments. If you want to show support, drop a like on the video, and newcomers, of course, you are welcome to subscribe if you are new. That's it from me, guys. Enjoy the football, and I will see you later.